Hey guys, Adam here and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to discuss and show you how to safely perform what is probably the most vilified and hated shoulder pressing variation, the behind the neck press. Sometimes I feel that if you put squats on a Swiss ball up against the BTN press, that the squat would get less hate. In the last couple of years, the two biggest opponents would probably be Jeff Cavaliere and Doucette. And I say this because whenever I bring it up, those two guys are the most referenced as authorities. I'm not going to get into shoulder anatomy because frankly, I'm tired of that nonsense as an argument or an excuse to not do this great exercise. Jeff loves to play the anatomy card as if having your arms in that position is the most unnatural and dangerous position your arms can be in.
You'll pour honey potion in your ear and you'll wake up one day and all you'll say is, Republic, Republic, Republic.
Another thing that Jeff loves to do is tell people that if you've been doing this exercise, that it's only a matter of time before you snap your shit up.
Jeff, but I've been doing this exercise for so many years and it certainly doesn't hurt when I do it, and it hasn't hurt me in all these years. That's the first one. The second objection, if I just lighten the weight and I don't do heavy weights during this exercise and I increase my reps instead, then I'll be okay. The third objection, but Jeff, I've got the mobility in my shoulder to get back here safely and do this, therefore it's not a dangerous exercise. None of them are true.
Horseshit, for a couple of reasons. A lot of those overuse injuries are often work-related injuries, and the people that get injured are not strengthening their shoulders and their rotator cuffs through weight training. And the second one is he trips himself up right here.
On top of a repetition of especially a shitty form rep after another.
So tell me, Jeff, after 30 plus years of doing this exercise, when am I supposed to have that career-ending injury?
It's just as I've always said.
And I have had guys in Facebook groups tell me the same thing, that it's only a matter of time and that the behind the neck press destroyed their shoulders and rotator cuffs. And I have to say that no, you wrecked your own shoulders. It wasn't the exercise. I mean, that's like saying I had a serious car accident because I bought a sports car. No, you had a serious accident because you're probably driving way too fast. I bet the same people that say the behind the neck press is dangerous are the same people who defend gun rights and argue against gun control. Guns are just tools. It's the people that are misusing that tool. So you see where I'm going here? You can't have it both ways, but if you apply that same logic, then there are no good or bad exercises. It comes down to more about performance and what you get out of it. He preaches longevity through being weak and inflexible, whereas I practice longevity through the strength of flexibility. Now on to Doucette.
Behind the neck shoulder press. This is another dangerous old school exercise we used to do back in the day. Most people do not have the shoulder flexibility required to do this exercise effectively. They wind up sticking their necks forward and don't have the strength or flexibility to press properly in this position. I can't do this. You can't have bread. You can't have yogurt because it's dairy.
What the fuck was that?
I guess that passes for entertainment these days. It seems like as long as you have over 1 million subscribers, you can say whatever you want, but I would never do that. I wouldn't take something that works for someone else and call it stupid and dangerous. However, that's exactly what Greg does. He wasn't completely wrong, but he oversimplifies it to just implying that the general population are a bunch of stiff weaklings with likely bad genetics, so the best thing for all of you to do is to just not even bother. Just avoid this exercise altogether. Wonderful advice, coach. Okay, let's back this up to the beginning so I can give you a more positive outlook. If you have no physical limitations, no past surgeries, no serious injuries, no physical deformities, if your shoulders are healthy and you have some mobility, there is no reason why that flexibility could not be regained with just a little work. So let me show you how to correctly do this exercise. If you simply rotate your elbow under, you're in a much better position to press, and your shoulder is roughly in the position that Jeff Cavaliere was telling you to be in. More often than not, the people who are preaching against this exercise do not understand the mechanics of this exercise. In this position with a slightly arched lower back, your head remains stationary. The bar path is perfectly straight. There are a lot of advantages to performing a behind the neck press. It hits all three heads of the deltoid, the traps. Again, the bar path, despite people saying it's unnatural, is straighter than an overhead press, and there is no strain on the lower back whatsoever. In a front rack overhead press, I see people leaning way back, putting stress on their lower back and turning it into almost a standing or a seated incline. Now, how the hell is that less dangerous than a behind-the-neck press? It's not. The BTN press is much like a front squat. It's harder to ego lift on. It's generally done lighter than a front rack military press, but there are some big pressers out there, and I myself have done over 360 pounds as a push press, and I'll put that link in the description if you want to check that out. So guys, the end message that I want to leave you with here is that no legit exercise is dangerous if done properly. So don't let coaches or influencers teach you or demonize what they don't understand. So with that, subscribe to this channel. My focus is not to bullshit you. And stay tuned for episode 87 of The Ways.